Hello viewers, welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship for the Group 1 drivers taking place at the Nurburgring. Has it been action-packed this week? Well, that's been an understatement. I think every race has seen massive incidents in both the start lap and also carrying on throughout the race. Let's see if the Group 1 guys, let's face it, the elite of eSeniors, can show everyone else how it's done. Some very quick guys running around into the 154s with the lap times. Just to put that into comparison, the fastest lap in the Group 2 was a 155.6, and I think the fastest lap in the Group 3 was a 156.8. So these guys are a full second faster than where the other groups are. So the race itself is going to be really exciting. It also means they're probably going to need to carry more fuel. Are we going to see someone run out of fuel? In every race this week, someone has run out of fuel and won the prize for running out of fuel as well. With me this week, we've got Jeremy.
Hello, everyone.
We've got Jonathan Wood.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
And for special guest this week is Dimitri Stathis.
Hello, everybody.
And between the three of us, hopefully, we'll keep you entertained for the race. So we'll go live to qualifying. Before we go into qualifying, what we'll do is we'll look at the table. And as you can see at the moment, Pete is 30 points clear of Carlo. Both the Bentley drivers leading the pack really considerably. Andrea in third place with 305 points. Then there's Chris Bourne is quite close to that. Then there's a bit of a gap between Chris and David Gerrard. Then we got Lars. Then we got John Saunders. Then Neil Bywater. Reese Wiggins taking us down into ninth place. Then David Noble into the place beyond that. It's going to be quite close this all the way through the field. And consequently, we can't predict who's going to win this. So what we'll do is we'll go into the qualifying. I'll do my usual lap guide and take you through a bit of a trick around the Nurburgring. You'll have heard this if you follow me streams quite regularly, just to give you an understanding of the track layout and what's going on where. So what I'll do is I'll wait for someone to end up on the start-finish straight, and then I'll jump on board with them and just give you a quick tour and make you aware track limits. I actually fell foul yesterday of a new track limit I hadn't found before. So that's 2 track limits I found on this track. I'm getting good at finding these. And it really makes you aware that, yeah, okay, don't try that again. Especially when it was the third lap into the race and you had a track limit warning. I thought, uh-oh, right, let's not bother doing this again. But no, it's amazing when you realise how far you can push the tracks, and then occasionally you just think, oh, I'll be okay. Then you get that warning. When you're really pushing, it can make such a difference to, I can't go fast through that corner anymore because of fear of track limits. The other problem with this track is your tyres. The left front just starts begging for mercy quite early on. If you haven't got your car set up or you push too hard, you'll probably find that 30 minutes into the race, 35 minutes, your lap times will start to plummet just as you're trying to control that left front. It will come back with the last 10 minutes, last 5 minutes, but you'll be struggling, and if other drivers have been taking the time, they will come for you, they will go for you, and they will pass you. It's as simple as that. So we're going to jump on board with Peter. Peter's just coming towards the end of the lap now, and what we'll do is we'll stick with Peter and we'll go through and do a bit of a lap guide for you. So he's coming through the final bend. Let's see, this is a valid lap actually. Let's see what he puts in here. A 155.1. So he's flying down the straight. He's going to brake just after the 100 metre board, brake hard, steer right, and go into the Castrol S, which is corner 1. He'll then drift wide a bit, get the power down, then go left in corner 2 into the Mercedes arena, meet up with corner 3. He'll hug the inside, ride the curb a little bit, and that'll take him into corner 4. And then he'll power out when he gets traction, and he'll head down the RTL from corner 5. He'll brake just after the cones. He'll go left into what is corner 6. And then he'll take the right into the Ford curve, corner 7. Again, flat out from here, all the way down to the end, in what will be the Dunlop curve. He'll brake straight, just before the curb on the left-hand side. There you go. Swing the car around, hug in the curb, and then we'll get the power out down early and start heading towards the Schumacher S's. He'll drift wide onto the curbing. He'll ease off ever so slightly, and then he'll put the power down again, as you could hear there. Giving him a cracking run through the Schumacher S's. That was corners 9 and 10. He'll keep his foot flat out. He'll brake at the 100 marker board. Drift left into corner 11, the Kumo curve. drift left, move to the right, and that'll take him into the bit curve. Corner 12, flat out again. Hugging the curb into the Hatson Bexmogen. Flat out again into Vidal, corner 14. He'll drift left, cut the corner on the right, straight across it, power down, corner 15, and then take the last corner into the Coca-Cola curve, and that will lead him onto the straight. So let's see if he's bettered his last lap. He's already into the 150, less is of 154. This, there you go, a 154.9, and that was a 154.942. So he's currently pole, and Andrea behind him has just taken pole with a 154.5. These guys are setting the precedent. So I'm going to jump on board with Mr. Saunders. Mr. Saunders is already 6/10 up. His best is a 155.5. So he's already looking at a 154 here, although he has lost a bit of time. This last bit.
Andrea just posted a 154.45.
Yep. And he's 6/10 up here. So he's going to get into the 154.9s. If he can gain into this little bit here, he'll be laughing. Carlo's into the 155.1s. He's 8/10 up now, so he's in for a 154.7. This could put him in second place as it stands. 154.8 looking like now. And a 154.738 for John Saunders. Excellent lap that. Peter's not going to be outdone though, so jumping back to Peter. Peter's 3/10 up on his previous lap. So he's looking for a 154.6. Any time gained, he's now threatening Andrea Caiola. Again, perfect angles through there, the Schumacher S's, but he has lost a 10th of time. Let's see if he can gain that back up. Yeah, his braking point was better there. He's gained another 10th in that corner alone. And he's gained another 10th in that corner alone. This is going to be close for pole as it stands. He's currently 4/10 up. If he gets 5/10 up, he will get pole. He's now on for a 154.5 as it stands. And he's on for a 154.4 as it stands. A 154.3 as it stands. Is he going to do it? He's lost a bit of time. 154.378. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Wow.
There he goes.
Let's take a step back to Lars. Lars' best is a 155.9 in the McLaren. He's 4/10 up as it stands, so this is going to move him up into 5th place if he can keep this going. 5th or 6th place actually, if he can keep this going. Nelson, who's just behind him, is equally going as fast. So Nelson's looking at a 155.4, a 155.3. So Nelson could take 5th place as it stands. Now he's lost a bit of time, Nelson. But as you can see, he did get 5th place. Lars is looking at a 155.3. So Lars is now looking at 5th place if he can keep this lap going. 155.2. He's gaining. He needs to get into the 150. He needs to be 9/10 to claim 4th place. He's 7/10 as it stands. Very late braking there. Taking the corner beautifully. He's actually lost time though, even though he took it really well. Oh, he took that corner nice. That gave him a 10th. He's on for a 155.2 here as it stands. Or a 155.1. There you go, 155.197. So put him in 5th place. But that front is looking really compact as it stands. These times are insane. Wow. So none of the front guys at the moment are going any faster as it stands. Let's go on board with Mr. Bourne. Mr. Bourne always shows his cards well. He's currently on for a 155.5. So it does appear he's struggling a little bit. Says struggle. He's still 6th place, but that's an unusual position for Mr. Bourne. I think it's fair to say. I'm going to jump back to Nelson.
Yeah, he pulled out.
Nelson is 5/10 up. He's going for the 154s here. If he can keep this together as Nelson. This will really put him amongst the party. He's lost a bit of time. He's 4/10 up with a 155.5. He's going for a 155.1, which looks like he's going for either 4th or 5th place as it stands. As it stands, he's going for 4th place. Can he get this corner right? He's lost time, but he's gained it. His braking was brilliant. Can he get the power down? No, he's lost a bit with the power there. He's going for a 155.1. And he's got 4th place. So Nelson's joined the party.
Nice.
Wow. Very, very close start there. Who can work that out? So let's jump back with Craig. Craig's on his fastest lap at the moment with a 1:56.1. He's 5/10 up, taking him to the 1:55.6s. This is going to move him up into 10th place as it stands, although he's lost a bit of time there. While it's going on, let's go to the stream and welcome a few guys. Hi, Luke. Welcome to stream. Hi, Lee. Hi, Terry T. Annihilated was an understatement. Yes. Hung, drawn and quartered, I think, is a fair comment. Melvin's in the house. Hi, Melvin. Steve Howells. Hi, Steve. Good to see you with us tonight, mate. Thanks for that. Hi,
Hello, guys.
Hi, Big Natty. Hi, Stefan. I feel so slow. Believe me, Stefan, we all feel slow watching these guys. It's nothing personal. And Melvin's saying Chris is eating at the moment. That's why he's going slow. And we've got Dutch driver pilot. Don't quite know the name there. Obviously supporting Andrea Caiola. And Don. Hi, Don. My personal best lap will be good for the back row. Excellent. Oh, Mikhail made it. Mikhail Holberg made it.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Right, let's... David Gerrard is 8/10 up. Quite down the grid, actually, for David. He's usually in the top 5. He's really struggling. He's a 1:56.2. He's on for a 1:55.4 as it stands. That'll move him up to 7th, perhaps, or 8th. And he's now a bit further up. So he's on a 1:55.2, which is good enough for 7th place. So David Gerrard has moved up considerably here with a decent lap into 7th place. Mark Rogers, who's also part of the same team, PWS, his best is a 1:55.8, and he's 4/10 up, but he spoilt his lap. He's now gone wide. So none of the front guys, with the exception of one, is looking to spoil the apple cart. So I'm just going to stick with John Saunders. He's not ahead at the moment, but he's bouncing on. Oh, he spoilt his lap. That corner spoilt his lap. Incidentally, that corner where he went wide, that's the one that will give you the track limits. So 2 corners I'm aware of track limits that definitely penalise you. I'll explain them. That was one of them. The second one is corner 1. If you go corner 1 and you go too wide and you go off the track and put your power down, you get a track limits warning. So it's very important to ensure that if you're off track, don't accelerate. You'll be penalised for it. Mark Rogers is going a little bit faster again. I mean, he spoiled his lap before, I think we said. We've got Frank Roder joined us. Hi, Frank.
Frank.
So, guys, I'm looking at the lap times and the split times here, and interestingly, Peter is only fastest in that first sector, and Andrea is fastest in both the middle and the final sector. So, and he's less than 2/10 down on Peter. So, I think that we've got more to be seen speed-wise out of Andrea. And, you know, you look further down the grid, I mean, there's a few people out of place still. Chris Bourne, he's in P8, and I would expect to see him be much closer to the top 4. I think that Carlo also has a lot more speed in him. So how much time we got left? We got another 6 minutes. What's that, about 3 laps?
Yeah.
So, all to play for so far.
Yeah, I've just for reference for the viewers, I've actually put the splits on the screen for them. So, in fact, you can see there David Gerrard's just done a fast Sector 3. He's now fastest through Sector 3 with a 16.7. So, yeah, he's considerably quicker as well when you look at them split times. So it's all to play for, as you say. You know, it's really interesting, all to play for in relation to who's going to finish where. But David Gerrard is showing he's quicker, and in fact, as you can see, he's moved up into 4th now. So that is where I was expecting him to be, you know, in that area, because that's where he's consistently been. And for reference, David Gerrard is called Pit Bits, if anyone needs to know. He occasionally will share his videos in Discord. They're well worth watching. What I like about what David does is he's quite open to criticise himself. Most people just want to show the perfect race. To David's credit, if he's had a crap race or he's done something wrong, he's quite open about it. And to me, that speaks volumes. So I think that's well done to Pit Bits, to be honest. And his videos are well worth watching as well. So Andrea was up a little bit here and was looking at pole, but he lost in that corner a huge chunk of time. He's not down on his time, but he's certainly not up enough to catch Peter as it stands.
Yeah. So I believe we again gonna see Peter and Andrea in the first, as the first two battle in the first turn. It's gonna be again a very intense battle between the two.
The thing is as
And
well.
guys, sorry to interrupt you, but Carlo is on a fast lap right now.
Yeah.
He's about a third of the way through the
Yeah.
track, and he's currently 0.15 up.
Yeah, he's
He
1/10
was
up at the
as
moment.
much as a quarter of a second up. So
Yeah, he's looking to
getting
jump.
a good exit here.
Yeah, he's looking like he's going to jump one place at least and get third row as it currently stands. That's going to be close though, if he takes it. I must say, he is looking good. Don't get me wrong, but he's if he loses a micro piece of time, he's not going to move forward. And there you go. He's lost it all.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, you can see his car wobbling there. I think he just
now
lost
he's
a
in the
bit.
red.
Yeah, he lost a bit of rear traction, didn't he?
Yeah, so he's going to see that though. He's going to see he's got at least a quarter of a second in him, and he's going to have to calm down, start again, and go for it. And because the time is there.
And look at this, the new guy, Mikhail Hogberg, 156.031, and Mersh Pound over 156.031.
Nice lap.
So his first lap for Mikhail, absolutely brilliant. Welcome to the crew, Mikhail.
Yeah, well, we knew he had the pace to be in Group 1.
Yeah, he's been trying to join us for a number of weeks, but he's been having PC problems. Believe it or not, I've been speaking to Mikhail quite a lot about his PC, trying to help him, and he's managed to get himself up and running. It's not what he wants, but it's up and running now. So he's managed to get another couple of SA so he could race. He's been really looking forward to it. I think he's going to be buzzing, but I think he's now realising also that when you do something and you think you're quick because you've raced against your mates and you've always beaten your mates, then you race against Group 1, you realise, okay, maybe I'm not as quick as I could be.
Yeah, that's for sure. So when Carlo went across the finish line, he stopped straight away, went straight back into the pits.
He's going again,
and I could tell he's made a few adjustments and he's gone straight back out now.
He's gone back out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and there's 2 minutes left on the board.
so
he'll have one more flying lap.
we've got Daniel Fast, Go Hogberg. So Daniel, obviously you're new to the stream. I take it you're aware of Mikhail. In the chat, can you just give us a few words about him, any chance, and I can read them out? Because obviously I've spoken to Mikhail about his PC, but never spoke to him as a member. I've never seen him race, so I'm not aware of how he drives. If you're aware of anything, can you share that with us, please, Daniel, if at all?
Yeah, talking about the PC, I know he ordered a new one and he's going to receive it this week.
Yeah,
this coming week.
You want to see what he's receiving. He could run NASA off it.
That's right.
It's an absolute monster. I wouldn't mind his old one. His old one will only fly the shuttle. His new one will fly all the rockets in space at the same time, I think. and you know what? He's not happy with it. He tries to overclock it as well. Right, Andrea. I'm going to stick with Andrea because Andrea is going quicker. So is John Saunders behind him. Yeah, Andrea's 2/10 up. So has Andrea learnt? Is this what you were saying, Jonathan?
Yes, sir. It sure is.
Yeah, he's lost it again, though.
Yeah, he lost it.
Now he's 1/10. He's gained it back up again. So it goes to show there's a good 2/10 on the off in here, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. It's just really difficult to put a whole lap together with your best sectors. It's so difficult. And there's only a couple of folks out here who can do that consistently. And I would say there's probably one person, and his name is Peter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Carlo's going a little bit quicker, but Andrea's now down. He's 1/10 down after being 2/10 up. He's 2/10 down, so it's a wit. I'll tell you what, one little tyre in the wrong place. It's unbelievable. I've got a feeling Peter is going to better his time here ever so slightly. So he's a 154.3 and he's a 10th up. He's 2/10 up. Wow. 2/10 up in one corner. He's going for a 154.1 here. He's 3/10 up. Oh, I thought he was going for the 153. 154.
Wow, very close. Incredible.
Wow.
Jonathan, he's got 2 pink sectors now.
There it is, right there.
But you see this sector 2? It was yellow. So he could have gone faster. So just let me look at his second sector, 42.735.
Carlo is 2/10 up currently. He's about 2/3 of the way through the lap. He's just gone through the Schumacher S.
Yeah, got him on board with
He's
Carlo now.
He's up 0.3.
3/10 up, so he's going for a 154.5. Oh, he's fluctuating. He's late twos, isn't he? Threes here. Get the power down, Carlo. Yeah, he's lost a bit there. He's right on the brink of threes, isn't he? So he's looking at 154.
Yeah, he could get the front. He could get on the front row at this rate.
He could.
Come on, mate.
Welcome to Andy Goddard, Jaime. Hi, Ollie.
Hello, guys.
Melvin, you worry about tenths. I worry about seconds.
He's on the last bend now. He's lost a little bit of time.
He's still 2/10.
Gained 2/10. Yeah.
He's going for. Oh, he's got third.
Yeah, great job.
Wow, and you know what the important thing is? Isn't the right hand side? Isn't Andrea on the inside? Isn't Paul on the left?
Is Pole is on the outside, right? So I mean, question, right? So we talked about this earlier before qualifying started. Where do you want to be? You know, at the start. Yeah. You know, every race we've had so far this week, we've had problems, right? So we had the warm-up race, wreck with 18 cars. Then we had the constructors race, massive wreck. GT4, massive wreck. Then what was that? He's going to be aggressive. So he has to be. He has to get
Paul is on the left or on the right?
It'll be on the left. Looking at that. Okay, so quick grid walk. Peter Wolfslaner in pole position in the Bentley. We've got Andrea Chiola in the yellow and black Aston Martin car number 67, followed by Carlo Van Brabant and John Saunders. Carlo also in the Bentley and John in the blue Ferrari. On the next row, we've got David Gerrard in the PWS Aston. And we've got Nelson Abronhoser in the lovely liveried Martini Aston Martin. We've then got Lars in his orange McLaren, followed by Derek Bird in his usual colour Porsche. Then got Chris Bourne, who's quite down the grid actually for normal racing. And then Craig Holmes in his usually bloatly on the right-hand side there in the Bentley. We've got Chris Baker, who's in the Sega liveried Aston. Really good qualification for Chris this week actually. And Reese Wiggins also in a Bentley next to him. We've got Mark Stevens in the orange Ferrari and Mark Rogers in the other PWS Aston Martin with the green tints on it. We've then got Neil Bywater in the white and red Ferrari and Mark Rogers in the red and lime coloured Aston Martin. Behind that, we've then got, I think that's Merch, isn't it? In fact, that was Mikhail, I think, on the right. Mikhail, in the Aston and red and lime. We've got Merch in the Marlboro liveried Aston, and then we've got Tony Whitten in the red Ferrari. The next row on the grid, we've then got Krista Hiort in the orange Krista Hiort Texas liveried Ferrari, and then at the back we've got David Noble in the number 9 Aston Martin. Jeremy will be escaping to the pits, and we've disappeared. There you go, and go back. So I'll just change the camera angle. Just give me a second.
That was exciting.
And we'll go to the helicam view. Technology for you, Jonathan.
Yeah, you were a mole for a moment.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it's if I don't switch the camera lock off when the car lowers itself, the camera follows it. All right, so I'm going to put the gap times up this time because I keep forgetting. So we should see the gap time straight away.
Okay, they're driving.
Yeah, here we go. It's going to be interesting, folks.
Let's see.
We've had crashes in every single race this week.
And the thing is, most of them have been on the straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even the
All
corners.
the worst part. First corner.
That's the worst
Not
part.
not even making the corner.
That's right. The question is Andrea going to try to overtake Peter right away?
I mean, he's not got the corner. Peter's got the inside line, so you'd expect
That's
Peter
true.
to claim it.
Maybe, though, but the outside line is
There
a
they
fast
go.
one, and it's green.
Oh, Peter's made a cracking start,
yeah.
and he's
Oh,
made a
nice.
point of saying,
Start.
and in fact, Carlo's made a good start as well, so Peter's well and truly gone for it here. That's getting close. That's getting close.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. There's a bit of
Little.
contact. Chris Bourne made contact with Lars, but all's friendly and love and war there. Everybody appears, I will say again, appears
Everybody, yeah.
to have made it. There's a couple of cars here just coming up into the next corner, trying not to outbrake themselves. Wow.
Pretty good.
So, these guys have made it.
They have.
They
What
sure
a
have.
start. So,
They're fast and they're careful too.
you'd expect the elite to be the elite, and they've just proven to us guys they are.
Andrea just got a wobble there. He got onto the curb on the inside, and now Carlo is
yeah.
challenging. They actually almost touched there.
And Chris Bourne, while that was going on, actually passed Lars. So Chris has already made a place up, and Lars wants it back. Lars is going for the outside on that corner. That's not an outside corner to take. So Chris is now after Reese. So Chris is really finding his mojo here. So there's a close battle between these cars here, and I appreciate the guys at the front are close. Quickly switch back to Carlo. Carlo's putting pressure on Andrea, and look who's scooted away in the front. Peter, 1.5 seconds. Why is that? Because Andrea is now looking in his mirrors. Craig has passed Reese. Reese has made a mistake.
He did.
In fact, no, there was contact there. I think there was a contact, and it caused. I think Reese made contact with Craig, and Craig got the better runner as a result of it. Flying over them corners there. Nelson's putting pressure on John Saunders. I mean, it's early on in the race, I appreciate it, but God, there's some very close racing going on here. I could switch anywhere on the track, and we could see the guys racing everywhere. So jump back a little bit. This is the battle with Chris Bourne. Chris Bourne's weaving all over the back of Reese there. He's going for the wide exit, and Lars is also joining in. And further back, Mikhail has made a pass on Mark Stevens. So Mikhail means business there. So he's showing his colours. Murch has passed Neil. That's getting very close, Neil and Murch. Very, very close there. Murch has just got the run on him, and he's now closed the door. Wow. Fantastic racing. Straight off the bat.
Very close everywhere.
Jump back to the front. Nelson's putting pressure still on John Saunders. Further behind, we've got Chris Bourne putting pressure on Reese. And Craig is now starting to pull away a little bit from Reese. So I think Craig is just starting to relax a little bit, perhaps. But the battles...
So it definitely looks like Peter is back to being Peter. He's in the lead almost by a second after only one lap. That hasn't happened for at least 2 or 3 races. And usually when he starts at the front, he remains in the front until the finish line.
Yeah, he just seems to get faster and faster and faster as the race goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, this will be interesting to see what the lap times are. This is the second lap off the start, so let's see the lap times as they come over. So we'll jump back on board with Peter. Peter's on, coming out around his first full lap here. It'll be interesting as a marker just to see what his time is. Do you think he's in the 155s? Or has he gone into the 154s? No, I think he's a 155.9. So he's the only driver in... Oh, 156 flat, sorry. It was looking like a 155.9 there. Chris Bourne. I'm jumping back to Chris. Chris is putting pressure on Reese. He's got a crack in tow. But Reese has gone defensive. But he's also picked up all them marbles as well. They're all coming to halt in that corner. Very good driving, I must say. Everyone's very clean.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's brilliant to see. Lars is not done yet, though. Lars is really putting pressure on Chris. I do feel, though, Chris is perhaps being held up by the 2 Bentleys in front of him. And if he passes these, I think we'll see Chris start putting pressure on David Gerrard in front of that. Quickly jumping forward.
Once again, it's the demonstration that it can be done. See, the first lap, most drivers remain in their starting positions, didn't risk anything, and this is the result. I mean, now they can attack, now they can challenge the other one for a position, but at least there was a clean lap, and now it's a beautiful race.
So the other battle going on at the moment is Mikhail. Mikhail is putting pressure on Chris Baker. So is Mikhail now starting to show what he's capable of? So Daniel before in the chat, obviously is aware of, what was he called? My apologies. Daniel Fast. Obviously supporting. We've got, Danny Britos has joined the stream as well. Hi, Danny.
Hello,
Welcome
Danny.
to the stream. I'm just looking else who else has joined. Yeah, so I'm sure Daniel Fast is now jumping up and down with joy, egging Mikhail to pass. So I'm just going to jump forward again. There's action all over the place. This is really difficult, actually. Mark Rogers is putting pressure on Lars just behind. In fact, Lars's car's just disappeared underground for a split second. Have we got a connection problem there? His car actually went down into the ground.
So I do see one person. There's Witten, who has a very, very high ping or high latency.
He's Africa.
Does.
He's Africa. Yeah.
Yeah, he always does.
But it was funny what you were saying about Peter a moment ago, Mark, that, when he gets out in front, that's it. He's gone, right? But when he's like behind, not so much, right? It's more difficult for him to get forward. So for me, he's our proverbial Sebastian Vettel, really, isn't he? Because
or Hamilton, or Lewis Hamilton, same thing.
Yeah, no, Lewis is really, really great at challenging from behind. He can qualify like 4th, 5th, whatever, and win the race. Seb, when he was in his like super winning ways, it was always pole position, fastest lap, win, bang, bang, bang. But if he started behind, he couldn't necessarily get it done. So yeah, Peter's our Seb, man. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you, Merch is putting amazing pressure on Stevens here. Amazing pressure. And I can see Merch taking Stevens at some point. His driving is much, much tidier into the corners. He's taking the corners much. Look at that drive there. He's got an absolute... He's right up his jacksy here. Thing is, I feel he's going to have to ease off a little bit. Otherwise, he's going to run to the back of him. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets a run up the inside on the rise into the right-hander. See there, the Ferrari just went a little wide.
The question is, which version of Pound-Off do we have today? Do we have the smooth, fast guy, or do we have the loose cannon?
The alternate.
These are real close.
These guys are still close as well. Look at this.
He's going to dive. He's going to dive down the inside.
Reese
here.
has gone late. Oh, he's got it. He's done it. He's got it. He's made the pass.
He's done it.
He's got it.
You know what? And Matt was as clean as you like.
Yeah.
You're right, Jonathan, aren't you?
Great
Which Merch are you going to see?
And Chris, it looks like we've got the good.
Oh, we go. Chris has made Reese. He's passed Reese here. Has he? I think Lars is going to... Oh, the braking light there. Lars is looking for the outside here. He's got a good run. Reese is trying to defend. Reese has got the line. Is there going to be contact? No, Lars has held on. No, Lars has gone out. That'll be track limits that at that point in the track. And I can see here that Chris Bourne's just going to go now. You watch. Chris Bourne's after Craig in front. Reese Wiggins has gone wide there again. That's one of them track limits where you might get a warning. And that's that battle starting to come to fruition now, as we said. And Chris is now... Lars is late on the braking there. Very late on the braking. I think Lars... And looking at that, I can see Mark Rogers are both going to go for Reese here. I think Reese's car in race trim isn't as quick as his qualifying trim. He's lost a couple of places now. Lars went a bit deep there. Just jump forward. Nelson's putting
pressure.
Yeah, no, that's fine, Dimitri. This is exactly the idea of a spotter. I can't see everything. If you ever saw the setup I've got, what's it like, Jeremy? It's a nightmare to try and see everything what's going on. So the spotters are really appreciated. Yeah,
now we're seeing Nelson so close behind John. I mean, it makes me think that he's got got John's speed. He's faster than him. And if you look
Definitely.
2 cars ahead or 3 cars ahead, you can see Peter. So these 5 guys are really, really close together.
Yeah.
Yeah, except that Peter is starting to escape little by little. Except that Kale is being pressured by Carlo. Carlo is really not letting him go, and the same with Nelson on John Saunders.
And Peter, meanwhile, just put the fastest lap in over 1:55.6, 3/10.
There you
Sorry,
go.
1/10 faster than Andrea, who held the whose last lap was 1/10 behind. So they're not giving up. And Mikhail has passed Chris. So Mikhail is moving forward. Reese Wiggins has been involved in a contact. So that's Lars has obviously got into the back of Reese there because Lars was behind him. And it's also allowed Mark Rogers to catch up. So you can see now, Mikhail, let's just jump on board with Mikhail, wants to be part of this party, doesn't he? He's really looking at it. Let's go to the cockpit view. We can see his inputs. That's the view Mikhail's got. So 1 minute he's down a couple of places, and now he's thinking, hold on a minute, there's 3 places in front of me here. Can I make headway and make steps forward? God, guys, you guys have been busy in the chat. Can't keep up with that.
Oh, don't worry about them. They're talking about Crocs. Stefan is asking, isn't a Croc a shoe? And of course, Ollie lives in Australia. No, not in Australia. But
yeah, we've got 13
looks
minutes
like
to go.
Mark is holding up. Mark Stevens holding up the guys, so that's allowed Neil and Krister to catch up, and Nate and David.
Yeah, there's going to be another battle further behind, isn't there, as well?
Yeah.
So let's just go to the rear of Mark Rogers. We can see what's going on there. So this is an Aston versus Aston battle, isn't it? So they're going to be pretty much. And David Gerrard has made the pass on Derek Bird. So Derek Bird, I think, made a mistake. So that means Gerrard has now moved further forward. So it'll be interesting to see where that comes out now. So Nelson is still putting pressure. Look how close he is to
and there's serious lag here. Yeah, the serious lag. I've seen Peter car disappear into the ground.
Well, I saw Lars's car disappear before into the ground. Yeah. So there's definitely something going on.
So I know what
Tony's
Peter
got
is
the
doing.
run on Mark.
I know what Peter is doing. I figured it out, right? He's almost 2 seconds ahead. I mean, he's making sure he has enough gap between him and the second in order to accomplish his interview later with you, Mark.
I think that's what he's trying to
do. he's just buying peace and time to talk to you. That's what he's doing.
He is, yeah. He's a proper gent. I don't know if you guys have ever spoke to Peter. He's so mild-mannered, and he tell you what, he'd make a great doctor, or a surgeon, because he's so calming in his voice.
He's very, very softly spoken.
He is. He's like, right, you do realise you're going to die, but he'd tell you in such a way that he'd be saying, yeah, that's fine. He's Stevens has gone wide there, but yeah, fantastic bloke. I say I was on my survey with him yesterday. He was giving me a couple of hints. And you can see when he tells you what you should be doing, how far off you are him as a driver. Do you know what I mean? He does. So I'm not going to give anything away because obviously that's his traits, the way he races. But he was doing things, and I was like, why is he doing that? And then he'd explain to me why he was doing it. And when you put it all together in your head, you think, God, he thinks on another level to driving. I'm more interested in getting the car around the track. Whereas he's more interested in getting a car around a bend. Do you know what I mean?
So you're saying that he's more Niki Lauda than Sebastian Vettel?
He's very... a bit of sideways action there. Every corner, he's very pragmatic in every single corner. And the way he attacks the corner and the way he comes out the corner is very pre-orchestrated. He's worked out the best way to do it. And he knows where he wants to get the drive into the corner and out of the corner, if you know what I mean. So he doesn't look at the lap.
Carlo is really attacking Andrea right now.
Yeah, this is allowing Peter, who's now 2.3 seconds ahead, to start pulling away even further. And in fact, if we just go on board with Peter's rear camera, You can see the gap now. So Peter will start to be relaxing. And in fact, I don't even know if Peter will see them in the mirror or not. But look at the smoothness of these guys, the way they drive. It's something completely different. I'm just going to do a lap comparison between these two guys now, Andrea. And I'll put it up on the screen for you, a lap comparison. So look how close these lap times are. A 156.2 and a 156.1. That was the last lap. There's nothing to split them. Carlo is the faster, but you're talking a tenth. That's nothing, is it, in racing terms?
It must be enormously frustrating for Carlo because, you know, he keeps on seeing this situation, you know, sitting in third behind Andrea, and he knows he's faster, but he just can't get by. So, I mean, you know, what does he need to do? What does he need to change in order to get by?
Yeah, the only thing you can hope for is getting very close, just where they are now, and try to get the slipstream to try to do the inside, but he's not close enough right now.
So look at the last lap again, 1/10 split in them. You can't separate these guys, can you, at all? Absolutely fantastic. Can't. I think it was interesting before. Someone was...
And Neil passed Tony.
Yeah.
In fact, Tony looks like he's gone off.
Krister.
Yeah, he's gone off, Tony. He's gone off track, so he's lost a couple of places there. So Tony's now towards the back of the grid.
Wait, now we have John Saunders and Nelson joining the party now. We're going to have a 4-car fight.
Oh, but I will say John Saunders has just got a track warning there. God, that was a proper track warning. So Saunders went very wide in that corner, and he kept his foot planted. You can tell the drive he's got. If Saunders has done that, and he's done that 2 laps ago, Saunders could be on track warning limits here. Watch this space towards the end of the race. We've got 33 minutes to go, and 2 warnings when you're racing like that this early on. Could come back and haunt you. Luke's just made a comment. I can't go through it all. It's just too much. You know what, Luke? That's the way when I see these guys race and we're on board with them. So we'll go on board. I'm just going to Lars now. Go on board. You made a comment there how smooth these guys are. They're faultless. And that they come out of a corner and you're thinking, if I'd have done that, I'd have been off into the wall or I'd have been doing donuts, you know. They're so precise when they put the power down, and they set the cars up so the cars are designed to run under power and go round corners if you've got your foot down. If you don't put your foot down, they don't go around the corner. It's as simple as that. I think there's going to be a bit of change here. I could see Mark Rogers putting pressure on Lars. Lars is starting to fall away a little bit from Reese in front of him.
And Chris Bourne is making some progress. He's now right up the tailpipes of our Nigel Mansell, Mr. Craig Holmes, who's right behind Derek Bird as well. So we've got a 3-way fight right here for 7th.
So is anyone going to predict the finish? Is it too dangerous?
You just can't predict it, can you? I mean, you know, last weekend in the race, we had a big mistake from Andrea. He actually spun off in the dark there in Misano in the rain. So, you know, anything can happen here. And with Carlo applying so much pressure, the likelihood is that it is going to happen.
Steve Howes has just made a comment there about it amazing me how late they brake. Funny you should mention that, Steve. When I was with Peter yesterday, I ridden on board with Peter, and I commented and say, how were you braking so late and still making the corner? And he told me what he was doing, and I tried it, and I made the corner. And you just think, God, it's so easy. You know when you get told something.
So what's the secret, Mark? Okay, so
I'm sorry. I'm not going to give.
How much do you want, Mark?
I'm not going to give drivers tricks away.
What is the secret?
I'm not going to give drivers tricks away. But all I can say is I ended up braking. Peter brakes about 80 meters on the last bend, right? And he makes the corner. I'm braking at 120 and only just make the corner. And when he told me what he was doing differently, and it's all about, he sets his car up on the straight. And when I tried and did what he did, I broke in the same place he broke and made the corner. And my jaw dropped. I thought, oh my God. And if anybody watched me yesterday when I was behind Terry, and Terry's not on the stream unfortunately to listen, you'll have noticed how much time I caught Terry on that hairpin on corner 1. And it's because I was using what Peter had told me. So anyone can go back and look at my inputs, and that might give it away. Oh, we've got Petri's joined. Hi, Petri.
Hello, Petri. So Carlo is really on Andrea's back now.
Oh, David's joined. Hi, David.
Hello, David.
Oh, Chris Bourne's really going for it here, isn't he? He's really after blood, is Chris Bourne. Right, we've got 30 minutes left to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Peter get a little bit further ahead if he can, with a view to going to Peter about 20 minutes left of the race. So if anybody's got any questions they want me to ask Peter within reason, obviously we don't want to sit there giving a life story away. Bearing in mind he's just in the middle of a race. If you let me know, what I can do is I could always ask him a question and we can get some feedback from him. I've always got a few questions to ask the drivers in general anyway. But, you know, if you've got anything you specifically want me to ask him, and no, I'm not going to ask him, how'd you brake so hard?
Neil is really putting pressure on Mark. He's trying. Oh, there's contact.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that collided, yes.
Let's have a quick...
Neil is waiting.
Let's have a quick replay on that, because we missed the actual contact part of that.
Yeah, Neil waited though.
Yeah. Just wait for that to reset. 2 ticks. Tick, 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 tick. God, it's taking its time today. There you go. Well, here, there's quite a gap between them. But Neil gets a great drive. But he does go beyond track limits there. So that's probably a warning anyway, as I previously mentioned. He's gone up the ins. Ooh, that's not a passive move. I can see what he was trying to do. You know, and I think he's realised, yeah, I don't think I could stop in time there. So respect to Neil there for doing that, but they've both lost a couple of places there. So we're back live again. Okay, so back to Chris Bourne, this battle that's been going on.
So one thing though is Peter is not getting away anymore. The gap is pretty steady, and once again it's unlike him, because usually when he starts pulling off, he starts pulling off at a steady pace, but here it seems to stabilize around 2 seconds, so everything is still possible here.
Yeah, I do think there's a tyre preservation going on here though. We know this track kills your left front tyre, and I do think that there's a bit of tyre preservation going on. Oh, Craig's on very deep there, and the tyre preservation is going to come into this. I really do think towards the end of it, the last 10 minutes, I think we're going to see those who have not looked after the tyres. The way Peter drives, I mean, Andrea could be the same. You know, I'm not going to cast aspersions there in relation to the driving style, but the way Peter drives in such a way to look after the car, and I do believe Peter's going to see this through to the end. I mean, the lap times are still 1:56.1s, you know, and Andrea was a 1:56.0, but the guys are still going close. Carlo's a 1:56.2. John Saunders is the fastest man on track with a 1:56 flat at the moment. Saunders is really having a go here. But this is where the battle is as it stands. But no one's making headway though. No one seems to be wanting to pass a little bit.
That's
here.
it. Yeah.
It's like they've all turned the egg timers over at the same time, aren't they? And they're waiting to see which one finishes the first. Obviously none of them.
Craig and Derek are going at it there.
Yeah, they're all these three are having a right
really
battle.
good.
Craig's gone very wide there though. Craig's gone very wide. I think Chris is going to get the drive here. It looked like Craig had to ease off, otherwise he was going to lose track position and go on the track off the track there.
Here goes Chris.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Chris has got the line. Oh, he's not gone for it, has he? No, that was so close.
Not over yet.
Nah, he's Craig. You could tell by Craig's angle, he had the better angle there.
Yeah.
Chris is now having to recover because he's gone wide into that first corner. He's not giving up though. And further battle towards the back. I'm going to keep an eye on this because I'm wondering whether Craig's tyres have started to go here. Because Craig's losing a lot of time in the corners. A lot of time. Just jump back quickly. Oh, they're not at it again.
Neil and Mark.
Oh dear. Yep.
That's like a recurring dream, that one, isn't it? Is Mark going again? Yeah, that's like a recurring dream, that one. Yeah, I'm just wondering whether Craig's burnt his left front on the Bentley, because Chris is gaining so much time through the corners, and it's almost like the right-handers for Craig is really struggling to keep the grip going. Luke's saying it must be frustrating for these guys not being able to pass, because when he's on the server, they pass him twice in one lap. You've got to consider, Luke, though, when you're sat in the pits, that's easily done.
Nelson
right?
just passed John Saunders.
John Saunders was going slow, so Nelson's now into 4th place. Nelson's having an absolute storming race here, and he's now hunting down Carlo, 4 seconds behind. Or are we going to see Nelson start to pull away from John Saunders? That Nelson messaged me before, actually, about, I think it was 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He speaks to me quite regularly on a Sunday, actually, about the race. Oh, he's made a mistake there. A bit too close on the curb. And he was just checking the state of play with the race. And I said, it's critical to get your car set up for the tyres. He said, right, I'm off to practice. So I think Nelson's managed to get some practice in this week. Last week he was running... I think he was doing an endurance race before Misano, so he didn't really get a chance to practice. But I think he's managed to put at least an hour or so. I know he's drifting it round the corner.
He's gone off.
Bit too wide there.
Oh, he's managed to keep it, though. He's just kept it, but he drifted it, didn't he? You could see the car go.
Yeah, it was a four-wheel slide. That was spectacular.
Look at the gap he's pulled out, though. He seems to be pushing it to the curbs quite a lot, doesn't he?
He's definitely using the whole track, that's for sure, and some.
We're on board now with John Saunders. But Craig now has pulled away from Chris, and Craig is putting pressure on Derek Bird. So that battle's switched forward now. So I'm wondering whether Chris has put too much in his tyres and is now struggling a little bit. Carlo is still with Andrea. You can see them just in front there, actually. 2 the cars going up on the right hand side.
Yeah, and I think Carlo's making another push, because in this lap at least he's been in the green against his fastest lap, where he's dropped the time now, but it looks like he's making a bit of a push, because he was like he was holding back for a couple of laps, maybe like trying to regain his composure, because it's so hard to stay on it 100% and so close behind another car for lap after lap after lap. But I reckon he's going for it again now.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just jump across to Peter. So the stream will go quiet a second. I'm just going to check to see where Peter is. Peter wants me to go to on a certain point on the track, which is not yet. So we'll give him to the end of this lap, and then we'll jump across to Peter if he's happy for me to do so. Okay, so he's 3 seconds clear now, so Peter's still putting it down, to be honest. What I'll do is I'm going to just go on board with Peter. Peter wants me to jump on board with him and speak to him towards the end of the lap. So what I'll do is, as he comes through the chicane, I'm going to the stream will go silent a second while I check if Peter's all right for us to speak, and if he's okay, I'll bring Peter on board and we can have a chat with Peter. Just a brief one. We don't want to upset his race or his balance. Just ask him how he's feeling, how's the car's feeling. Is he in a tyre preservation stage? It's just nice to get the feedback from the drivers. He's dominated as it stands, isn't it? Really.
Ask him what he had for dinner tonight.
Ask him what he's had for dinner tonight.
Ask him for that secret for the turn 1.
For turn 1? Oh, no, I said I'm not going to give that away, Dimitri.
Well, if he does. If he says it, then you're not giving it away.
No, I'm not the one for giving hints away. Peter's already a gentleman because of the way he shares his setup. So just bear with us a sec, guys. Discord will go quiet a second. Hi, Peter. It's Mark. Are you okay for us to come to you? Okay, I'll bring you in as 2 seconds. Okay, guys, just so you're aware, we've got Peter on board with us, joining us. Hi, Peter. You've you've made such a fantastic start. How's the car feeling and the tyres? Are they all in balance at the moment? Everything running well? Well, I've noticed you've just managed to put a 155.7 in, so that's a hell of a race pace.
So we keep the distance pretty same, and the lap times, Andrea and myself, are very similar. So I think the whole thing will turn out who managed the tires better.
I mean, just look at the last lap comparison. You were 7/10 quicker than Andrea.
There was in this lap. I think Andrea had a mistake. This is not a good reference, because usually before we had about 2 seconds difference, and then he started pushing. And the last lap, there must have been some, maybe he sliding a little bit, or but because the lap time, this one will be better.
Yeah, he's defending at the moment, Carlo. Him and Carlo have been neck and neck. So I think obviously when you defend a little bit, it's
yes. This is helping me.
Absolutely. I mean, you're having a fantastic race, Peter. I've had a question from Jonathan wanting to know what you've had to eat tonight, because he wants whatever you're having.
Pardon me? Sorry, I didn't get it now.
What have you had to eat for your tea tonight, just to get you the speed you are? He wants to know what you've been eating.
No, actually, nothing special. But one thing is actually very interesting. During the qualifying, my tire pressures have been 0.3 psi too high. I'm running around the first stint with 28.2 or 28.1. Actually, this was saying, okay, I need to readjust this also for the race setup. So this I did, and now the tires are good, the temperatures are good, the pressure in the left rear is not where I want it, but it's still in the lower range. I mean, it's okay.
I mean, you're 3.3 seconds clear of Andrea at the moment, and Andrea's still getting pressure from Carlo. So I think what we'll do, Peter, we'll let you carry on, because you're having a fantastic race. And I just want to thank you for joining us, and really appreciate the fact that you've given us your time. Thank you very much, Peter.
I also want to say something. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks, Mark, for your fantastic stream. I have to say, this is really, I enjoy watching the races, no matter which day. If I have time, I jump in and have a look. And thanks for this fantastic league and for the entertainment. Thank you.
Really appreciate that. Thanks, Peter.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll leave you now, Peter, to carry on. Thank you very much.
Bye.
There you go. Sorry it's a bit late putting him into the stream there, but yeah, that was Peter Wolfslaner, who's currently leading for us. So that was great. Thank you very much, Peter. Really appreciate that. As you heard him say, even these guys have tyre pressure problems. So the problem with this track is the left front overheats and the right rear doesn't get to temperature. So you've really got to play with the balance of the tyres. So what Peter's alluding to there is that the right-hand side at the rear isn't where it wants to be. Why is that a problem? Well, it's not, but if we just follow Peter through this lap, the curb's there, and if you look at the chicane, when he goes through the chicane, he takes the curbs quite a lot in the chicane. Now, under normal operating pressure, the PSI, it doesn't affect your tyres, but if you start losing a bit of pressure when you hit them curbs, it actually impacts the tyres, and you'll end up getting a pressure warning. So that's why I think he's just aware that the tyre pressures aren't where they want to be. I mean, these guys, if they say it, they mean it, because these guys know how to race, but it's really important to realise that the tyre pressures are so important. Before the race he said I had to change something. This guy's been practising all week, and even before the race he's changing something at the final minute. So hopefully you all appreciated that.
Mark? That was a great interview. So you're like, congrats, well done. Absolutely brilliant. Really got some great insights from Peter. Something that I found actually very interesting was the fact that he actually did sound like he was under duress. He didn't sound like he was just like, driving down to Tesco to get his groceries. He really did sound under duress, and that he was in a race. So Peter, we look at him from the outside and we're like, yeah, cool, calm and collected. But no, we're in the race here and he's going at it. But great interview, Mark.
Yes, also what I noticed during that interview is that he is always checking out the guy behind, right? He was always referring to what Andrea was doing and comparing the lap times to his. So, and remember what he said. He thinks that they were all three in the front, preserving tires before they started attacking, and they started attacking about the same time, all three of them. So there you go. I mean, but it's very interesting to see that even the lead is always checking out what's happening behind.
Yeah, and I said, I apologise to the stream there. I didn't actually unmute the Discord audio immediately, so I missed the first few phrases of Peter's interview. But hopefully, he got the essence of the main points in there, what I asked him.
Yes.
But this is something we're going to try and do on a regular basis. So, guys, if I'm streaming the race and I'm looking for volunteers, please volunteer for us. I asked the Group 3 race. Granted, Don, and I know you're in the stream, Don, you did put your thumbs up. But putting a thumbs up doesn't tell me you're happy to speak with us. You need to let me know that you want to be part of this. I've got to set it up, I've got to prepare it, and so on and so forth. And I also try and get some questions down. This just adds a new dimension to what we're trying to achieve here. We started off using basic software doing these streams. I think we've come a long way, but I still think there's a way we can go. And this way we can go involves you guys being part of this. I would love to have an interview with every single one of you. And some of these may be language barriers, which we will overcome. But ultimately, I want to speak to every single one of you and let you have a voice, just so we can hear it from your perspective.
Absolutely.
If I'm streaming... Sorry, go on, Jonathan.
I think the biggest language barrier we had was last week with Ollie, so we managed to overcome that one. So I think we'll be good. We're good from here on in, mate.
No, but I mean, obviously, there's a couple of guys. I think Danny Britos is in the stream. If we could accommodate Danny by some mechanism, I'd love to be able to do that. I know Danny uses Translate tools and stuff, and probably Daniel Garvish is the same. But really, I'd be really pleased to speak to anybody just to give us a 5-minute snippet. It just adds to what we're doing.
It sure does. It's good stuff. So we're still talking in the chat actually about trying to read between the lines and to try and figure out what the big secret is to braking very late. And and I'm thinking, well, maybe it has something to do with changing down as soon as you start braking, changing down so you're maximizing the engine braking along with your actual the actual brakes themselves. Because for me, that's always what gets me deeper into the corner. I still don't know how they really do it, but that's what I'm surmising.
Okay. I couldn't believe it until I tried it and it worked, and then I could use it again in another corner. And it's, as I said, thing is, if these guys will give you coaching, you're a fast guy, Jonathan, but Peter, I think, is up there as one of the fastest guys I've ever seen in this game. If you ask him what the secret is to braking late, he will tell you. He doesn't hold it back. He'll say, this is what you need to do.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right, Mark. The thing is, you can have a recipe. It's not going to make you a chef out of it's how you're going to use that recipe, right?
That's exactly it. And but Mark Rogers has actually took Reese here, so there has been a change. But Carlo is still, in fact, there's battles everywhere here. Lars is still putting pressure on Reese. Carlo is still putting pressure. Oh,
yeah,
he was until he went wide.
Slight mistake, yeah. But
I've been watching Chris, Craig, and Derek, and they're like amazing between the three of them now. Derek's pulled away a little bit, but it looks like Chris is pouring pressure on Craig. That's probably held him back.
Yeah, I was going to say that gap's down to 3/10. So let's jump forward to that. So just a couple of things in the stream. Paul Moore said we can talk quite happily, but he's going to pull over.
And Chris looks like he's got the run on Craig.
And
now.
Don Queen saying he's posted all his setups. I'm sure he won't care if pass on a bit. So guys, all right. it's not a trade secret because he'd probably tell you.
Chris has got the inside on Craig, and it looks like he's got him.
Yes.
Oh, not over yet.
There he has. He's got him here.
Yes, there he goes.
Oh, no, not quite.
Not yet.
No
Ooh,
contact.
Yeah, that's
He's
close
got good
racing.
drive. Still
Not
going
yet.
for it.
No.
No, he's not made it.
No. But you
Wow.
know why? It's because Chris. Wow.
His
But-
tyres are screaming. There's been contact. Reese Wiggins has made contact with. I can't tell who with. It's not telling me. I'll back to Chris Bourne quickly. Sorry, Jeremy. You were saying. My apologies.
No, it's okay. I was saying Chris is an amazingly safe driver, and I believe he was making sure there was enough room between both of them. That he didn't risk anything.
Yeah.
And Mark, I think you were about to spill the beans, weren't you? So come
Right.
on, everyone
So,
there.
okay.
29 people on the stream watching, and we're
So-
all like on the edge of our seats.
So,
because we want to know.
let's sit on board with Peter. It's I'll tell you what. You think this is rocket science? It's not, and you're all going to turn around and go, really? At the end of this. So, what Peter does, and he'd tell me about it. He comes down the straight here, and he sets his car up, and he sets his car up to the left-hand side of the pit exit. You'll see the line of the pit exit coming up, and he'll set his car up there. Can you see the line? He's pointing his car in a direction. He brakes straight. He doesn't turn. A car braking straight brakes quicker than a car turning. How many of us try to turn and brake into that corner?
That's a very good point.
Right, so keep watching and watch the next corner in a minute. He does it here as well. He sets his car up just when we get through this. Let's get through the left-hander and then the right-hander. This is something else he pointed out to me. He comes down this corner. He goes down here and sets his car up in a straight line for the apex, right? So he's now setting himself up for the apex of the next corner. And what he does is he gets the alignment right, and now he's braking in a straight line. Look at the car. He's not turning. Then he turns at the last minute, which means he can brake. He can brake much later because the car brakes quicker in a straight line than turning the wheel or accelerating.
There's little to no trail braking at all in those corners.
Correct. Because
And
it
I
gives
think
you no
it's trail
benefit.
braking. If it is, it's maybe 5-10%. That's it. And you know the thing, what you just said there, the braking in a straight line, that and accelerating in a straight line is what has got my racing from like below average to slightly above average. That's it.
Very good point.
Yeah, and you know, there's a couple now saying. I mean, Harrison's just said, "I knew that. Apparently, I'm no chef." and Steve Howell's saying, "I think it could. I think it could do that maybe." But the point is, when I tried it, I didn't think it was going to work, and I broke after the 100-meter board because of where he told me to brake, and I made the corner, and I just sat there and thought, "Oh, right." So I say again, go back to the stream. Go back to the replay of last night's race where I was racing behind Terry, and watch how much time I gained into that corner and coming back on the switch back on him. And if you see the cars there, the braking's slightly different. Carlo was going left, whereas Andrea was going straight.
Yeah, and you know, I'm looking at Carlo in car. I'm trying to, you know, do the comparison between him and Peter. And Carlo is like the trail breaker, so he's doing something completely different to what Peter is doing.
Yeah. And who's leading?
Yeah, Peter is leading. Thank you very much.
Peter now is 4 seconds. Peter is 4 seconds clear. So Peter is back.
Very, very interesting. I mean, I'm sure almost all of us have watched that.
Just watch the braking here. So see there, Peter goes that's a straight line. Carlo went left. Peter was going in a straight line to the apex. Sorry, Jonathan. Go on.
No, you're fine, mate. There's a really good. It was a movie or something. I think it was with Jackie Stewart, and it was trying to explain, you know, how you drive a racing car fast. And he was explaining, you know, you're always going to brake in a straight line and try and get on the gas as early as possible. And you know, Peter is clearly he's that line of thought, that old school line of thought. You know, today's drivers, it's all about trail braking. It is, for sure. But
Yeah.
and I think some of us obsess over trying to understand what trail braking is and actually how to accomplish it, or in order to get that that extra time. But maybe we don't need to be looking at that.
No, but you're right. Because trail braking, technically, you're slightly sliding, and the second you slide, you lose time. Right, so you don't want to really be sliding anywhere.
I guess when it comes down to it, there are some corners that are more akin to using trail braking and others that are just not. So those really heavy braking zones, trail braking is not necessarily going to help you.
Yeah.
But if you do need to really rotate the car, then it is going to help.
I think it's but don't they say though? Some corners trail braking doesn't help you at all. It's something to do with the way that, because this corner's quite a steep corner. I can't see how trail braking will benefit you, because you want to bring the car to a halt before you actually reach the corner, so you can get the drive out the corner. And if we using Peter's example, brake in a straight line, then get the car to turn right, you can start applying the power. Now corners like this, that's a trail braking corner. The one Chris Bourne's just gone round, that is a trail braking corner, because it's a long corner where you want to maximise the amount of time you're going as slow as possible. Sorry, minimise the amount of time you're going as slow as possible, so you can get yourself round. So I think not every corner is a trail braking corner. I think that's pretty clear. If people are trail braking every corner, they are going to lose time in some corners, because some just don't suit it.
Yeah, and Paul Moore in the chat, he's really summed it up very, very eloquently. He says it's a mixture of trail braking, braking in a straight line, and cadence braking in some corners. Of course, the problem is figuring out which corner needs what,
That's
and then
it.
practice.
That's it. And as you appreciate, Peter spends time practicing, as does Andrea, as does Carlo, and the fast guys. So they've worked out which corners are the best corners to do this on. And that's why sometimes just watching them. I mean, Don, I think, mentioned a couple.
Carlo just went off.
Has he?
Yeah, he went off. He went off. He's lost at least a second there. He went off at the last chicane.
Who did?
Carlo.
Yeah, he's lost a good second and a half there now.
Yes.
Chris is really going on Craig now.
Is he going to make it past? He's done it. He's done it.
He did it.
Oh,
just.
Yeah, just about. But
this is going to be close on the straight. That Bentley's got some grunt though, hasn't it? I think he might go up the inside again here. Looking at this, Craig. He's got the run, hasn't he? He's got the run. Oh, he's cutting the angle off.
Yeah.
Oh.
he's gonna send it.
He's not.
He's on the grass. Bloody hell.
Oh, wow.
Incredible racing there.
Oh, brilliant.
So what did you guys, what I read about trail braking, or what I guess watched in videos, is you trail brake more when there is a big straight right after, because you want to come out of that corner.
I mean, that's yeah, there's a degree of truth to that, but ultimately what they say is the longer the corner, the better you get out of trail braking. So longer corners. So Silverstone's a really good example where you'd use trail braking more, because what you want to do is minimise your slowest speed. So you're going as fast as possible, but under braking enough to get yourself around the corner, and then you come out with the maximum performance. Craig's not giving up. Oh, it's contact.
Oh no.
That's really unfortunate.
And now there's going to be a pass. Oh dear. Should we have a quick replay at that? I saw it. I'm not 100% certain where the fault lies. Well, kinda. I can see there's a potential penalty coming in here.
I'll play the impartial pundit.
Go on, Jonathan.
Like.
Go on, Jonathan.
Let's see here. So we've got Craig behind. He thinks he's got a run. I'm not sure if he has, but let's see. So Chris makes a mistake. He goes wide. So legit. That's so difficult. Because there was room, but Chris did come in a little bit, but he was on the racing line. I don't know. I'd have to look at it a few times, mate.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you know what? Chris was ahead. Once again, he was ahead in that turn, and there was no need to risk it there.
Well, I don't know, mate. We're at the end of the race. Like we're in the last minute
So,
of the race.
And by the way, Driver of the day.
I was going to say, who we having driver of the day? Is it a pretty foregone conclusion who the driver of the day is? 5.3 seconds ahead.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Anyone in the chat got any objections to that? He also did the interview for us.
Peter is the driver of the day.
Absolutely.
Let's just we've got a couple of seconds left. Let's see if the chat anyone agrees or disagrees with the driver of the day. Yeah, Lee's put Wolfie. Okay, I think it's I'm going to jump on board with Peter actually as well because he's don't know if this is going to be his last lap or not, but yeah, I think it's going to be Peter. So what we'll do is we'll award not that one, wrong button. Ah, it's gone wrong. I did set my driver of the day up, and it's not took it. Let me get it set up. Oh, you know what? This software I use, it's a pile of baggage sometimes. Proper pile of baggage. I get it all set up. There you go. Right, I'll do it again now. There you go. Should be right this time. There you go.
He's now coming through the last turn.
Peter's coming over the last start-finish lap.
Beautiful race.
That's it.
Wow.
Congratulations, Peter. Driver of the day, and also giving us that interview. Well done, my friend. And he's 6 seconds clear. Andrea in second place. And Carlo in third place.
Very nice.
Nelson with a great result there. Great result for Nelson. John Saunders next. David Gerrard. Derek Bird. Craig Holmes.
I almost wish we had another hour of this because it's so much fun.
It is. It truly is.
Mark Rogers. And Chris Bourne, who's going to feel rather cheesed off, I should imagine. Then Reese Wiggins coming over. Reese has managed to keep Lars at bay for the race. And then the last 3 cars have come over together, more or less. Mikhail had a great run, 13th place there. Chris Baker. And then Merch, who made steps forward early on, but seemed to... I wonder if his tyres went towards the end. David Noble, who was at the back of the grid and has moved forward a little bit there. Tony Whitten, who's also made a few moves forward after going wide. And then Krista, who's also in a Ferrari. He's still coming up towards the chicane.
No lap drivers today, huh?
No.
No.
Nope.
Very interesting. A very good observation as well. Great race. Great race.
There's Krista coming over, followed by Mark Stevens, and then followed by Neil Bywater. And guys, that's the race. Thanks very much for watching. We managed 32 concurrent viewers. I really appreciate the support. You guys have given us a couple of technical issues in there. I appreciate that, but we got there in the end. Just want to say that was a great race. Fully deserved win there, Peter. And thanks very much, everyone. Do you guys want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, everyone.
Hey. Bye, everybody.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Pleasure to meet you anytime.
See you at Silverstone.
Take care, guys.
See you next week.
Bye, all.
Take it easy.